You won't believe what's really happening in Turkmenistan. Seriously, what I'm about to show you is going to completely blow your mind. This country is one of the most mysterious, most secretive places on the entire planet. Imagine a country that's like a real-life video game, bizarre rules, insane architecture secrets the rest of the world doesn't know about. It's often called the North Korea of Central Asia, but what's going on here is in a league of its own. I sent my team to dig up the craziest, most unbelievable facts, and trust me, you are not ready for this. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you the uncensored truth. Cities made of solid marble, a giant flaming crater burning for 50 years, a level of control like science fiction. You've probably never heard of this country, but after this, you will never forget it. Get ready. We are diving deep into the weird, wild, absolutely shocking world of Turkmenistan. By the end, you'll be questioning everything. We're exposing secrets hidden for decades. This isn't just a geography lesson, it's an adventure into one of the most bizarre places on Earth. Let's do this! Alright, first things first, where in the world is Turkmenistan? If I offered you $1 million to point to it on a map, could you do it? Probably not. And that's exactly how they like it. This place is practically invisible to the rest of the world, tucked away in a corner of Central Asia that most people just fly over. It's like a secret level in a video game, hidden from the main map. Turkmenistan is bordered by some intense neighbors: Kazakhstan to the north, Uzbekistan to the east, Afghanistan to the south, Iran to the southwest. These are geopolitically sensitive regions. Turkmenistan sits in the middle, a silent, mysterious fortress. It also has a massive coastline on the Caspian Sea. The Caspian is a colossal inland sea bordered by 5 countries. That coastline gives naval access and massive offshore oil and gas. The sheer lack of information is the craziest part. Getting a visa is harder than getting into Fort Knox. Journalists are almost never allowed in. The internet is heavily censored. Info barely trickles out. The country actively keeps the world from knowing what's inside its borders. It's a modern-day forbidden kingdom. Okay, if the secrecy didn't hook you, this will. Imagine a capital city where almost every single building is covered in gleaming white marble. I'm not exaggerating. The capital, Ashgabat, holds the Guinness World Record for the highest concentration of white marble buildings in the world. Over 540 buildings, more than 4.5 million cubic meters of imported Italian marble. It's insane! It looks like a futuristic city from a sci-fi movie, completely empty and eerily quiet. These aren't just office buildings. Massive government ministries, universities, apartment blocks, street curbs, lampposts. The former dictator Sapar Murat Niyazov wanted to create a golden era for his people. His vision was this surreal, blindingly white city in the middle of a desert. The cost must have been astronomical, billions and billions of dollars. And while all this pristine marble is on the surface, something absolutely insane is happening underground. I'm talking about the Darvaza gas crater, the gates of hell. A giant crater over 230 feet wide, on fire continuously since 1971. Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas, hit a massive cavern, the ground collapsed, releasing huge amounts of methane. To prevent the poisonous gas from spreading, they lit it on fire. They thought it would burn out in a few weeks. That was over 50 years ago, and it is still burning today. At night, you can see the glow from miles away. It's a permanent, raging inferno in the Karakum desert. The contrast between these two things is what makes Turkmenistan so bizarre. On one hand, this perfectly polished, obsessively clean marble utopia. Everything spotless, symmetrical, devoid of chaos. Then, just a few hours away, the complete opposite, the gates of hell. A symbol of chaos, a mistake that can't be undone. People camp at the edge, staring into the flames. It represents the natural gas wealth that fuels the country. Niyazov even erected a 250-foot-tall golden statue of himself that rotated to face the sun. That statue has since been moved, but monuments to him remain. Now let's rewind the clock, because Turkmenistan's weirdness isn't new. This land has been at the center of history for thousands of years. Long before the marble cities and burning craters, this was a critical part of the legendary Silk Road. You've heard of the Silk Road, right? It was basically the ancient world's internet, a network of trade routes that connected China with Europe and the Middle East for centuries. And Turkmenistan was right in the heart of it. Imagine massive caravans of camels loaded with silk, spices, jewels, ideas, trekking across these vast deserts. They couldn't make the journey in one go, so they had to stop at oasis cities along the way. Many of the most important of these cities were in modern-day Turkmenistan, places like Merv, one of the most magnificent cities in the ancient world. At its peak, Merv was bigger than Constantinople, Baghdad. It was a global hub of culture, science, trade. This wasn't just a dusty outpost, it was a metropolis. In the 13th century, the Mongols, led by Genghis Khan's son, swept through Central Asia. And they didn't just conquer Merv, they annihilated it. They destroyed the irrigation systems that kept the desert oasis alive and massacred its entire population, which was said to be over 1 million people. It was one of the most brutal destructions of a city in human history, and Merv never recovered. The ruins are still there today. It has been a center of immense wealth and a site of unimaginable destruction. This history of being a target might help explain why modern Turkmenistan is so obsessed with isolation and self-preservation. You can see the Silk Road legacy in the culture, the art, the faces of the people, and in world-famous hand-woven carpets whose designs tell tribal histories. So how does a country in the middle of a desert afford to build entire cities out of marble and maintain this insane level of isolation? The answer is one word: gas. Natural gas. Not just a little bit, but a mind-boggling, world-altering amount. Turkmenistan has the 4th largest natural gas reserves on the entire planet. The Soviets knew and exploited it. After 1991, Turkmenistan took control, a golden ticket that let them run the country how they wanted. This gas is the lifeblood of their economy and the source of their power. The Central Asia-China gas pipeline pumps Turkmen gas to China. Selling most of its gas to China turned Turkmenistan into a critical partner and a torrent of revenue. But they don't just sell to China. Pipelines to Russia. Plans for the Taipei pipeline through Afghanistan, Pakistan, to India. It underpins the economy and lets the government function with almost no private industry or taxes. Free electricity, water, gas, the massive state apparatus. It all comes from the ground. The government's near-total monopoly makes Turkmenistan a classic rentier state. Rulers buffered from the ruled by gas money. The scale is hidden from plain sight. State-owned Turkmengaz runs highly restricted zones far from prying eyes. Quiet on the surface, but a massive force in global energy. A hidden giant making deals worth tens of billions, using pipelines as secret tunnels pumping out wealth. Marble cities, cults of personality, extreme isolation, all funded by natural gas wealth, a true energy superpower, operating in the shadows. As if having the world's 4th largest gas reserves wasn't enough, Turkmenistan is also sitting on a ton of other resources, including oil from the Caspian and significant mineral deposits. We're talking about sulfur, iodine bromine, sodium sulfate, various precious metals, a diversified portfolio most countries can only dream of. State-owned companies control exploration, extraction, and sale. The resources empower the state, not the people, creating leverage abroad and a system at home that lacks transparency. With smart management, this wealth could fund education, healthcare, and technology, or keep building empty marble monuments. The future will be written by how they manage this inheritance. And there you have it, a deep dive into one of the most secretive and bizarre countries on Earth. From the blindingly white marble city of Ashgabat to the fiery gates of hell, from the ancient Silk Road to a hidden energy giant, Turkmenistan is a country of unbelievable contrasts. So now I have to ask you, what was the most shocking fact you learned in this video? Was it the city made of marble, the 50-year-old fire pit, or the sheer amount of gas money that funds this whole operation? Let me know in the comments below. This is one of the craziest videos we've ever made. If your mind is blown and you want more uncensored facts about hidden corners of our world, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We go to incredible lengths to bring you stories nobody else is telling. Thank you so much for watching. Stay curious and see you in the next video.